Hello, this is Bree Cahill, Executive Director of Social Venture Partners of Sacramento. If you're joining me today, you are likely a nonprofit organization from the Sacramento region who's interested in participating in our 2017 Fast Pitch event. Our webinar goals today are for you to learn a little bit more about Social Venture Partners, not just about Fast Pitch, but about what we do in general. You'll also learn about the SVP Fast Pitch program and what it takes to get the most out of the experience, as well as determining if it's a good fit for you. We'll discuss the application and key dates, and I will answer your questions afterwards. I'll provide an email address that you can send questions to. Overall, I hope this webinar helps you decide if Fast Pitch is a good fit for you and your organization. SVP is a global organization of the world's largest network of engaged donors. We have 40 chapters worldwide with over 3,500 partners who are philanthropists and local leaders looking to make a difference in the nonprofit sector. Philanthropic investments have totaled more than $55 million across 613 nonprofits through our 40 chapters worldwide. SVP Sacramento is founded in 2008. We have an exclusive focus on improving area education. We've invested over $1.2 million since 2008. We invest in our nonprofit partners. We don't just grant. So when we fund our nonprofit partners outside of Fast Pitch through our traditional investment system, when we fund our traditional partners, we call them investees. We provide them with 3 to 5 years of unrestricted funding, as well as in-kind capacity building support through the input of our partners' time. So that is our traditional funding model. Fast Pitch is a bit of a departure from that, allows us to reach more nonprofits all at once, provide capacity building support with some potential funding at the final Fast Pitch event, and also creates a bit of a pipeline for our traditional investment model. So again, our model, all of our funding is fundraised locally, and we fund local nonprofits. So we fund the 6-county region within Sacramento. So our program, I mentioned a little bit our long-term capacity building investment. So that's our investee model. We invest in a portfolio of educationally focused nonprofits in the region. We're currently working with 8. We work with those nonprofits for 3 to 5 years, building their capacity through capacity building projects, as well as providing those unrestricted dollars to our nonprofit partners. Then we have SVP Fast Pitch, which is what you're here to learn more about. Fast Pitch is an exclusively nonprofit pitch event where our nonprofit participants hone their 3-minute pitch and then have the opportunity to present to an audience of 300 plus local leaders and funders, putting their best foot forward to pitch. We also have an SVP Kids program, which engages youth ages 8 through 17 in day-long community service projects in the Sacramento region. So what is Fast Pitch? Well, it's a competitive process. It is a 3-month training, coaching, and mentorship program for nonprofit leaders. So we start in December. We have a pitch crafting workshop, which gives you a chance to write out your pitch, work with experts on what the best elements of that pitch will be. Then in January and February, we have 3 group coaching sessions where all of our nonprofit participants and all of our coaches get together. The nonprofits pitch, the coaches give feedback, and it's a chance for you to get full group feedback and an incredible networking opportunity. In between those 3 months of work, you also work 2-on-1 with your 2 dedicated coaches to hone that pitch for each of the group training sessions. We're primarily focused on what your innovation and impact are in the region. So what are you doing differently than other nonprofits that makes you innovative? And what is your impact really doing for the region? Are you impacting students, working adults? Are you providing education for arts, for a mentorship program? So what is that impact you're having? And we do really focus on quantitative numbers. So it is important you have some level of data coming into this process. So eligibility to apply, we're looking for an organization where we can have a big difference in your visibility in the community. So again, we bring in a really targeted audience of community leaders, CSR directors, individual philanthropists. And so we're looking for organizations who want to pursue those opportunities in the community. We're also looking for nonprofits who maybe the community knows about you, but they're not really clear on what you do. So if maybe you're looking to really clarify for the community what it is your value proposition is. And so we love to work with groups like that maybe need a little change of frame for the community in general. You must be located or serve in Yolo, Yuba, Sacramento, El Dorado, Sutter, or Placer County. And then, of course, your final product from Fast Pitch is a refined 3-minute elevator pitch. You also, of course, get connections to our 40 incredible coaches and 19 other nonprofit participants. You also have the chance to set up a booth at our final Fast Pitch event. So even if you are not pitching the final night, you have a chance to interact with our entire audience, which all of our nonprofit partners have found highly valuable in the past. You also get some video content, professionally produced video content from the process that is yours to keep. Again, no one's guaranteed funding, but we are giving out over $30,000 in funding and in-kind support this year. Our highest award amount is our $10,000 grand prize, but some awards may be won in multiples for a nonprofit. So you have the opportunity to win. Again, there's upwards of $30,000 in awards this year. So our elements of Fast Pitch, so I mentioned a little bit, we have our pitch workshop in December, and then we have our group coaching, which is January through February, as well as our 2-on-1 coaching in January through February. Group coaching sessions are 4 hours each, and there are 3 of those, so that's a 12-hour commitment. Our 2-on-1 coaching is 1 hour each, 3 times, that's a 3-hour commitment, bringing up to 15. Our December pitch workshop will be between 3 and 4 hours, and then you'll also be working in between those sessions to refine your pitch. So for nonprofits, we say it's about a 20 to 35-hour commitment over the 3-month process. And then our final event in March 2015, which is about a 4-hour event. You have trade show space. 10 of the 20 semifinalists will have a chance to pitch that night. So obviously you'll want to attend that. So why participate? I have some 2015 and 2016 results here. Expand your network, both nonprofit and prospective funders. So you're working with the cohort of 19 other nonprofits, as well as 40 coaches and individual prospective funders. Great networking opportunity at our group sessions. You also get the chance to spread the word about the work you do, not just within that group of 60 participants, but also to the 300 plus attendees at the final event. It's your chance to package your message in a succinct and powerful way. We hear again and again from participants that it really helped you crystallize and clarify your messaging to the community. It also gave you a chance to hear some feedback from prospective donors and corporate leaders on what works and what doesn't in your pitch. It's something you don't often get when you go pitch for a prospective funder. You don't often hear why they didn't fund you. You just hear that they're not funding you. So this is your chance to really hear from that perspective what it is about your pitch that's really strong or what it is that needs to be improved. So 2 of the results I'd like to speak about. So from our 2015 event, Bill Blake from B Street Theater pitching for his children's theater program. He did not win any of our overall awards, but his big ask in his pitch was for a new van for their children's theater program. And he got it filled that night. One of the donors in the crowd stood up and said, I will fund your $50,000 van and trailer, and right then and there agreed to do it. So that's the type of outcome we're looking for. From 2016, I have pictured here Julie Rotan of Stanford Settlement. She went on to use her pitch. She also did not win any awards at the final event, but she was able to go on and use her pitch in front of a group of funders and received a $19,000 check as a result of using her pitch in that setting. So some incredible follow-on results, and that's the type of outcome we hope to see. Again, why participate? So you can see here our winners from 2016. There's quite a few different prizes you're eligible to win, as well as some in-kind support, including professional video work, marketing refresher work with Blanket Marketing Group. So quite a few opportunities to win through the process. And then to the right here, I have Simeon Gant of Green Tech. He did win an award at our 2015 event, but the most important outcome for Simeon was he formed some meaningful collaborations with several of the nonprofits from 2015. So again, it's about creating this intentional cohort of nonprofits who might not ever run into each other in the community, but could potentially do some really great work together. So some considerations before you apply. Are you dedicated and willing to spend 25 to 40 hours on the process from December to March? It is quite a time commitment. We ask for 1 point person from each group. Most of our nonprofits have selected their executive director as the pitch provider. Some have used their development director, and a very small number have used a program manager to pitch. You're really looking at who is going to go out in that community and use the pitch and who is the face of your organization. So make sure, especially you development directors out there considering applying, if you're going to want your executive director to be the pitch contestant, make sure they understand the commitment, because they're the ones who have to be at all of the sessions, have to interact with the coaches, form the work within the group. So really make sure that everyone on your team is on board. Please consider, if you're a development director and you think you're going to be the one to do the pitch, please really consider, are you the right person to be doing that pitch? I mentioned before, most of our nonprofits put forward the executive director, including several who initially wanted their development director to be the one pitching. So just really consider who you want up there on the stage. Consider also, will you be receptive to group and mentor feedback? There is a lot of constructive criticism coming at your pitch through this whole process, both in the two-on-one coaching and from our group of coaches and nonprofits. You can expect to have pieces of your pitch broken down or changed or talked about in group setting. So are you receptive to that? Some of our best participants have been the worst at the beginning, but they've been so open to the critique that they've been able to come back with an incredible pitch. Are you ready and eager to grow? Again, you're going to be asked to stretch yourself in this process. So if you're not feeling like you're ready to take the criticism and really dive into the process, this might not be the fit for you. And are you able to put your best foot forward? Organizations in crisis, this might not be a good fit for you, again, because it takes a lot of energy and time out of your day, and we want you to be really present through the process. So is Fast Pitch for you? Again, this may not be the program for you if your organization is in crisis. If you rely on your great personality and charisma, but you aren't ready for input. So some of our best natural pitch performers don't win the process because they don't put the same work in as someone who maybe didn't do as well at the first session. It also might not be for you if you're okay with the status quo. This will stretch you. It's an incredible process. 100% of our nonprofit participants have said they would participate all over again. But it is, again, a big time lift, and it does change kind of how you perceive the way you market your organization. So application and key dates, you will apply on the Sacramento Region Community Foundation website. It's actually an external application through Decision.io. So when you go to their website, you'll see the link to apply, and you can apply right through the Decision.io website. Your application is due by Friday, October 7th at 5 p.m. And then we will announce our semifinalists, which are the 20 initial participants, on November 1st. And then we'll start off with our first session in December for the mandatory pitch crafting session. And the dates for these sessions should be listed on the Sacramento Region Community Foundation website by the time we go live, but I do not have them set as of making this webinar. So just keep in mind there will be one December mandatory session, 2 January sessions, and a February session, as well as our March Fast Pitch event. If you have any questions that I haven't covered, please send your individual questions to my email, admin@svpsacramento.org. Do allow at least 2 days for me to get back to you. So your webinar goals were to learn about social venture partners. I hope we did accomplish that. For you to learn about the SVP Fast Pitch program and what it takes to get the most out of the experience. We did discuss the application and key dates. And then, of course, to provide you with contact info so I could answer any additional questions you may have. I hope to see your applications this fall. We are so excited about Fast Pitch 2017. We're looking to triple our attendance this year and have some very exciting news about the location of our Fast Pitch event this year, which will be announced later. So I'm really hopeful that you'll consider it a fit for you and that we'll get to read your application over the next coming months. Thank you. Have a great day.